Welcome back. We are locally Louisiana, and we are just getting started today with a fantastic show for you.
Yep, we are, and we have a great show, and I'm excited about it. As a matter of fact, we have a guest that is no stranger to helping out kids who are often forgotten. That's right, kids in the foster care system. Joining us today, we have the Executive Director of Casa. We have Kendall Hebert. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you both for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
No problem, no problem.
We have been kind of looking up your organization and are thrilled with everything you all are doing. So tell us first exactly, what is CASA?
So we are court-appointed special advocates, and we are here to serve in the 18th JDC, which is the Judicial District Court. And when we do that, we are serving for the best interests of the child who might be in foster care due to abuse or neglect.
Wow, that's huge. I mean, you are really helping these kids.
So how exactly, what do they do for them? I mean, I understand that they're advocates, but what exactly is their role?
So as a CASA, and I will just kind of point out, we are just now swearing in our CASAs this month. So we're super excited to have our first set of volunteers for the organization. We're brand new, started late last year, and we fulfill 100% geography of the state. So we now have a CASA available for all children across Louisiana. Our CASAs actually do a little more of fact-finding, and they work directly with those involved in the case to be able to report to the judge what's to the best interest of the child. We're a fresh set of eyes, and our volunteers will meet with either the attorneys, part of the case, or the children, specifically the parents, and all parties involved. We work alongside DCFS, which is the Department of Children and Family Services, to figure out what's going on in the case.
Wow, and so how many children or families does each volunteer have to work with?
So typically a CASA will work with one case at a time, and that may be one child or a group of siblings, and it really varies based on the case. Our CASAs will be sworn in, like I said, this month. We already, unfortunately, are going to have a waiting list, as it is the case across the country, unfortunately, that even though they may take on a case, we will already have a waiting list of children who need a CASA. So, of course, volunteerism is extremely important, and we're always recruiting for more CASAs across the jurisdiction that we cover.
Okay. What type of hours do your volunteers put in?
I'm sorry?
How many hours, or what type of hours do your volunteers put in?
So, great question. Our volunteers actually average about 10 hours a month. It's not a large amount of time. We actually have volunteers who work full-time. We have retirees, people who have a passion for helping children. And so there's not a lot of time commitment. We do ask that they do a face-to-face visit with their CASA child at least once a month. And then the other time frame really involves maybe meeting or making phone calls with others involved in the case. And that could be doctors, therapists, school counselors, principals, anyone involved that may have a direct correlation to what's going on in that child's life.
Wow, God, there's so many different factors involved. So I read on your website that you talk about changing a child's story, and how the volunteers help change a child's story. What does that mean exactly?
So without a CASA, some of these children really do not have a voice, someone speaking on their behalf. And we are making a true impact in these children's lives. And the way that we can say that is, you know, the ultimate goal for every case is reunification. We're working to make sure that everyone is getting the resources needed to make the changes in their lives. Sometimes that may not be the case, and we may have other options like adoption or different guardianship. At the end of the day, we're making a true impact because it's been shown that CASAs make a true change in that child's story, in that child's life for the future. We have seen the correlation that having a CASA, they're less likely to enter the juvenile system later as a delinquent, or that there's an opportunity for a positive impact and change for long term in that family's life.
Okay, thank you so much, Kendall, for sharing that with us. Where can people go to find out more information?
Or to be able to volunteer?
Yeah. Absolutely. So to make a donation or to volunteer or any involvement, it's CASA 18 JDC for Judicial District Court, CASA18JDC.org.
All right, sounds good. Listen, Kendall, thank you so much for joining us and continue doing the work that you all are doing down there with Casa. We really, really appreciate everything that you're doing.